I'm Damon L. Jacobs of We Love Soaps TV.
Hi, I'm Roger Newcomb, and we're at City Walk at Universal Studios in Los Angeles for the Day of Days event.
We're here for this special annual event, and I am so excited, Roger, because some of my favorite actors of all time are here, and we're going to get a chance to talk to them about the 45th anniversary of Days of Our Lives, as well as what the future holds for each and every one of them. I can't wait.
Right, so stay tuned.
Damon L. Jacobs here at the Day of Days event with Alison Sweeney. What a pleasure to meet you. Finally.
Well, it's nice to be here.
I've been a lifetime viewer of Days, and remember your first day almost 18 years ago.
I know.
Your first day.
In January, it'll be 18 years. I remember it vividly. I remember skulking around Salem, pulling a bobby pin out of my hair to break into my own house.
Right. I remember that too.
My first line on the show was, "Daddy, please don't shoot me."
And from there, the legacy was born.
Exactly.
Here we are almost 18 years later. Did you ever think it was going to get...
No, I totally did not think that. My first day on the job, I thought I was going to play a child on the show who comes out they trot them out at holidays and stuff. I really had no idea that I was going to get this storyline in my dreams, And I remember one of my first interviews with Soap Opera Digest, they asked me, and I said I'd love to play a villain on the show. And the next thing you know, I've just had the most amazing opportunities, and it's been a blast. I love every minute of it.
That is wonderful. I'm actually a therapist in New York City.
No way.
And I remember your first storyline with the eating disorder.
Oh, yeah.
And what a challenge that was. I sometimes wish they would revisit that. Not that I want her to have an eating disorder, but just remember that's part of Sami's history.
Yeah, I think, I mean, that's the hard thing about what we do is they've been through so much that it's sort of hard to recall all of those things. But you're absolutely right. I mean, it's the kind of thing that you never get over. And certainly, I think the root of that, though, as you probably would well know, is the insecurity that she has about her self-worth and her value to others, and that is something that we have certainly played out, I still play, I mean, it's one of the things that I think is so real about Sami is that even when Rafe says the most wonderful things, she's always surprised. She's always surprised when he picks her, when he chooses her. In the scenes we had with Ariana when Rafe clearly sides with Sami against his own sister, I think Sami was shocked that he would pick her, shocked that he would side with her in the face of what she has done, and I think that's so just genuine about Sami's insecurities, and I think it's like one of my favorite things about this character.
I love that too. That's been consistent, but we've also seen her grow up quite a bit these last 18 years, and she's evolved quite a bit. Which
I think so too, and it's hard because I read fans comment that they miss the old Sami, and I certainly do too. I miss the sass and the spark that she has in her personality, but at the same time I think it makes sense to evolve. I mean, you can't stay the same for 18 years. It's just nobody does, and certainly with what she's been through in particular, and I'll never forget it. I mean, the storyline where she lost Grace, of course it's going to change who you are. I mean, you just cannot be the same person from before that happened. You just can't. And I can't be true to Sami and play it as though it didn't happen, because it didn't.
And I was going to reference that because those scenes after Grace's death were some of the most moving daytime scenes, and I saw you go to new depths as an actress in just ways that I hadn't seen you do before.
Well, thank you, and I felt that way. I mean, I know I haven't done a performance like that before, and certainly, obviously, the existence of my own two children played a huge factor for me in those scenes, and it's just really... It just hits so close to home, anything to do with your children, and I take it really seriously.
Yes, of course, as a mother.
Yeah, of course. You know, I look at my kids, and I see my son Ben at 18 in Chandler. I see my kids and the faces of these beautiful children I get to work with, and the twins who play Johnny and the twins who play Allie are so wonderful, and Johnny Griffin and Aaron who play Johnny are so precocious and so funny, but they're such loving kids, and I just get such joy working with them all the time. They drew me a picture yesterday which I brought home, and he asked me the other day, like, how'd you sleep?
He just asked me that earlier today. I couldn't believe it. That was very polite.
Right? I mean, they're just adorable, and we have so much fun, and he's like, you were great in that scene. It's like, and obviously, I say that to him, and you treat him like a professional, and he will act like one, and they are just, I'm just so blessed. I'm so happy with the kids that I work with.
That's so great. Now, the one thing that our viewers are always asking and talking about and arguing about are Rafe or EJ? EJ or Rafe?
I know.
Okay, so we could go either way on this. We could go for hours about this. But in your mind, who is the most healthiest for Sami?
Well, that's not a fair question. Obviously, healthy. I think we could all agree that the healthiest choice would be Rafe. I mean, there's no question. But you know, I think there's certainly a dark side of her personality that is drawn to EJ and will always be drawn to EJ,
Right.
no matter what they do to each other. That is going to be that is going to forever be part of. He's under her skin, and he has her number. And I think it's the reverse is true too, which is what makes it work. Is that he, you know? And James and I always talk about that. But when we do scenes together, there is something about her that he is just so attracted to and so drawn in by, and so she has that for him as well, no matter how horrible and how mad they are at each other. But Rafe is her knight in shining armor, and I love, again, I think this is true to Sami's history, that at 16, when I first came on the show, she was in love with Austin, her sister's boyfriend, because he was that knight. She didn't love Austin for Austin, she loved who he represented to Carrie.
Right.
And now she has her own knight in shining armor, and that is Rafe. So he is this very Cinderella dream come true knight in shining armor story for her, and it's so pure and so wonderful, and I think, you know, she deserved it.
Yes.
So it's a lot of
Well, Allie, I know we have to wrap up, but I want to thank you so much for
Thank you.
entertaining us for almost 18 years.
Thank
I look
you.
forward to the next 18 years.